What is meant by a master? By Claude Bragdon. Published 1910. A master is a term applied by theosophists to denote certain human beings, who have completed their human evolution, have attained human perfection, have nothing more to learn so far as our part of the solar system is concerned, have reached what the Christians call salvation, and the Hindus and Buddhists liberation. When the Christian Church still kept the faith once delivered to the saints in its fullness, salvation meant much more than escape from everlasting damnation. It meant the release from compulsory reincarnation, safety from all possibility of failure in evolution. To him that overcometh was the promise that he should be a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go out no more. He that had overcome was saved. The conception of evolution, which implies a gradual expansion of consciousness, embodied in ever-improving material forms, underlies the conception of masterhood. The perfection it connotes is to be reached by every human being, and clearly perfection cannot be gained in the course of one brief human life. The differences between man, between genius and dolt, between saint and criminal, between athlete and cripple, are only reconcilable with the divine justice if each human being is in course of growth from savagery to nobility, and if these differences are merely the signs of that growth. At the apex of such a long evolution stands the master, embodying in himself the highest results possible to man of intellectual, moral, and spiritual development. He has learned all the lessons that humanity can assimilate, and the value of all the experience the world can give is his. Beyond this point, evolution is superhuman. If the conqueror returns to human life, it is a voluntary action, for neither birth can seize him nor death touch him, save by his own consent. We must add something to this for the full conception of masterhood. The master must be in a human body, must be incarnate. Many who reach this level no longer take up the burden of the flesh, but using only the spiritual body pass out of touch with this earth, and inhabit only loftier realms of existence. Further, a master, as the name implies, takes pupils, and in strictness the term should only be applied to those who discharge the special function of helping less advanced men and women to tread the arduous road which takes them by a short cut to the summit of human evolution, far in advance of the bulk of their fellow men. Evolution has been compared to a road winding round and round a hill in an ascending spiral, and along that road humanity slowly advances. There is a short cut to the top of the hill, straight, narrow, rugged and steep, and few they be that find it. Those few are the pupils, or disciples of the masters. As in the days of the Christ, they must forsake all and follow him. Those who are at this level, but do not take pupils, are concerned in other lines of service to the world, whereof something will presently be said. There is no English name to distinguish these from the teachers, and so, perforce, the word master is applied to them also. In India, where these various functions are known as coming down from a remote antiquity, there are different names for the different functions, but it would probably be difficult to popularize these in English. We may take, then, as a definition of a master, a human being who has perfected himself and has nothing more to learn on earth, who lives in a physical body on earth for the helping of man, who takes pupils that desire to evolve more rapidly than their race, in order to serve it, and are willing to forsake all for this purpose. It may, perhaps, be necessary to add, for the information of those who are not familiar with the theosophical conception of evolution, that when we say a perfect man we mean a good deal more than is generally connoted by the phrase. We mean a consciousness which is able to function unbrokenly through the 5 great spheres in which evolution is proceeding, the physical, intermediate and heavenly worlds, to which all men are now related, and in addition to these the 2 higher heavens. St. Paul, it may be remembered, speaks of the 3rd heaven, which ordinary humanity cannot as yet enter. A master's consciousness is at home in all these and includes them all, and his refined and subtle bodies function freely in them all, so that he can at any time know and act at will in any part of any one of them.